So what if, instead of just asking a single AI for help, you could assemble an entire team of AI specialists? We're talking about building a digital crew, a writer, an editor, a researcher, all working together to solve a problem. This is a massive shift in how we think about and use AI, and we're about to break down exactly how it works.
And that brings us to the big question, right? Can these AI agents actually work together like a real human team? I mean, can they review each other's work, give feedback, and really refine an idea until it's perfect? Well, the answer is a huge yes, and the way they do it is pretty amazing.
All right, to really see this thing in action, every team needs a mission. So, we're going to give our AI crew a real-world problem to solve. It's a customer support question. A user with a pretty specific, nuanced problem where a generic copy-paste answer just isn't going to cut it. It's the perfect test.
And here is our mission, straight from a customer named Andrew. Now, you can see this isn't a simple how-to. He's asking about setting up a crew and making sure it's using memory. This is a technical question that needs a really precise, super helpful, and high-quality answer.
Now, sure, we could just toss Andrew's question to a single, all-purpose AI, but honestly, it would probably miss the key details about crew and memory and give some long, rambling answer. To get the sharp, accurate response Andrew actually needs, we've got to build a specialist team. So, let's build our crew. We're going to start with just 2 agents. And the best way to think about this is like a professional writing team. You don't just have a writer, right? You have an editor who comes in after to make sure the final piece is absolutely flawless. We're going to do that exact same thing, but with AI.
First up is our senior support representative. This is our writer, our frontline expert. We've given it a really clear role. It's a senior rep, so we're setting the expectation high for quality. Its whole job is to dig in, research the problem, and write up a comprehensive, friendly, and helpful first draft for Andrew.
And of course, every great writer needs a great editor. So, meet our support quality assurance agent. This agent's entire purpose in life is to be the perfectionist. It doesn't write anything from scratch. Instead, it just reviews the support rep's work, fact-checks it, and basically pushes to make the final answer as crisp and accurate as humanly or AI-ly possible. So this is where it gets really interesting, how they interact. The support rep is the writer. It drafts the answer. The QA agent is the editor. It reviews and improves. But here is the absolute key difference: delegation. The QA agent is the only one who can delegate. That means if the answer isn't good enough, it can send it back to the writer with notes for a do-over. This back-and-forth loop, that's the secret sauce that makes real collaboration happen.
Okay, but a great team with no equipment isn't going to get very far. Our AI agents are no different. We can't just expect them to magically know everything. We have to give them the right tools to find the information they need to actually solve Andrew's problem.
For this mission, we're equipping our crew with 3 key tools. First, a basic internet search, just like using Google. Second, the ability to read an entire web page. Think of it like quickly scanning a whole chapter of a user manual. And third, this is the real superpower, a specialized search tool that can intelligently find specific information inside the product's own documentation website.
Now that last tool uses a technique you might hear people talking about called RAG, which stands for Retrieval-Augmented Generation. Don't let the technical jargon scare you off. The analogy here is perfect. It's like giving your AI agent a super smart librarian. Instead of having to read a whole library of docs, the agent can just tell the librarian, "Hey, find me the exact sentences about setting up memory." And boom, it gets the answer instantly. It's incredibly powerful and efficient. And there's one last crucial piece of the puzzle: a shared memory. The easiest way to think about this is like a project whiteboard that both agents can see and write on. As they're passing the task back and forth, they can both glance at the whiteboard to remember what Andrew's original question was and what they've already tried. This keeps them totally in sync and focused on the goal.
Okay, so we've got our team, we've got the tools, we've got the shared whiteboard. Now for the really fun part. Let's kick this thing off and watch how these 2 agents actually collaborate to get the job done.
So here's how it all goes down. First, our writer, the support rep, uses its tools to research the docs and writes a first draft. Then our editor, the QA agent, takes a look. In this case, it decides the draft isn't quite good enough, so it delegates, sending it back with feedback. The support rep takes those notes, revises its work, and comes back with a much better, more direct answer. Finally, the QA agent reviews the new version and gives it the final stamp of approval. And this right here really shows you the power of teamwork. The first draft on the left was fine. It was polite, but pretty generic. But look at the final answer on the right, after that crucial loop of feedback and revision. It is laser-focused. It directly answers Andrew's specific questions about crew and memory, which makes it 1,000 times more helpful.
So, why does all this matter? Why go through the trouble of setting up 2 agents instead of just 1? Well, it's because this kind of multi-agent system creates something that is way more powerful than what each agent could do on its own.
This whole approach gives us 4 huge advantages. You get specialization, the writer writes, the editor edits. Simple as that. You get built-in quality control, because there's an agent whose only job is to catch mistakes and make things better. That back-and-forth refinement leads to way more accurate and detailed results. And ultimately, it means we can solve really complex problems that would probably stump a single agent. This really leaves us with a fascinating look at what's coming next. We just saw a writer and an editor team up, but just imagine, an AI crew with a researcher, a data analyst, and a strategist all collaborating on a business plan. Or an AI coder working with an AI debugger to build an app. We're moving from just using single AI tools to deploying entire digital teams, and the possibilities there are just starting to unfold.